Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video on my YouTube channel, and to those who have seen my first ASMR video, welcome to the second one. This time we're not going to be doing any sort of toy reviews or collection showcases. Instead, we're going to be doing more of the ASMR late night rambles / story time videos, because I think it would be nice to change things up a little bit, because we've seen a lot of toy reviews on my channel as it is, so why not share some of my life with you? So, before I get into the stories, just want to let you know that you are all currently sitting on a Mario Kart pencil case, propped up against my pillow, on top of my floor mattress. This is the first crazy event that happened in my life. Not really crazy, but just something that happened. So, my bed collapsed on me. Now, what do I mean by collapsed? Well, I was sitting on my mattress like normal, just kind of, doodling, as I usually do. All of a sudden, the right corner of my bed fell, like right through the board and everything. And so, for a good week and a half, I actually slept on a tilted mattress because I didn't feel like moving my bed. I didn't feel like moving anything around. It just felt like too much, and it got me kind of in a little depressive slump, because eventually I had to take all of my stuff out, and my room was cluttered, and it still kind of is, and I just lost the motivation to do anything about it, and it just sucked. But now I have a floor mattress. Funny thing is, I still have the shelf that was attached to the actual bed frame itself, so I can still store my DVDs and comics up there, so that's a plus. Or the positive aspect of that whole situation. And also, my mattress still is pretty comfy, so we can't really complain there. So, that's what happened with my bed situation, and here we are in this makeshift little area of my room where I can record. This light source is a really cool, kind of like a little tree lamp thing. It looks like it's made of tin foil, but I doubt that's what it is. And it's got these little wires that represent the branches, and at the very end there are these little light bulb tips, and you can move them around kind of to make it look a little bit more pretty, like a tree. It's cool. So, let's get into the story time. Starting off with what happened last week. So, Monday night, I finished my workout at the gym, and I get a text from my mom. I was with my girlfriend at the time, and I just get a text message saying, hey, I had to go to the vet because Willie, our dachshund, or wiener dog, was going through some weird episode. Now, initially, she thought it was the sago palm that we had in our backyard. It's gone now, but when it was there, she thought that he got into it and he was poisoned. Turns out that wasn't the case. The vet was saying that he had something wrong with his back, and as some of you may know, dachshunds have back problems, and it's never fun to have to deal with that. So that's what was going on. So they sent Mom home with the dog and some medication, but the next morning, and I actually woke up to this, it was about 7:56 in the morning, and I overheard Mom saying from the other room, we gotta go back to the vet. So I spring right up, get dressed, and we're out the door. So we get to the vet, and we're taken to the back room. It took us about 15 to 20 minutes before we could actually get into the room, and to get him all x-rayed and stuff, and apparently he had an inflamed disc in his spine, which meant that he needed surgery, because there was no way we were going to, have to, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know that it involved having a catheter, and we're not really going to do that, because that's a whole different thing, or, the alternative, which I won't talk about, because it's really upsetting, but, yeah, we had to get a referral to a surgeon in LA, so we go there, and just Mom and I, and, our dog, of course, so we head to LA, and we commence with the whole dropping him off, just so that way we can kind of get our stuff together. So we go to the hotel, drop our stuff off real quick after we drop off the dog, and then we head to the bank. Now you see, here's the sort of stressful part of the story. Mom had originally gone to a separate bank to cash a check, or get a check that was actually to her, but she was going to take it to another bank to deposit and kind of just take the cash out. So what happened was, because of the fact that it was two different banks, there was an issue. So Mom was left stressed and crying and just worried that things weren't going to work out. That is until the manager came out and helped Mom, which was amazing, because that whole situation would have been really bad, because the surgeon was going to leave at a specific time, to get prepared and all that stuff. So we managed to get half of the payment for the surgery into the vet hospital. And it's funny too, because we were in a hurry. Like, we had at least 15 minutes to spare. It wasn't that far from the vet hospital, but it was definitely stressful. I could tell that with all the LA traffic, Mom was getting really, flustered. And, the moment we pulled up to the vet hospital, before we even stopped, I jumped right out that car and I ran right in with 15 minutes to spare. Just like that. Which is really funny. My adrenaline was, spiked, and I couldn't calm down for a bit until we left. It was just, I was getting tired. Speaking of which, don't mind that. Hopefully it makes you sleepy. But anyways, we get back to the hotel, and we just kind of figure out what we want to do, because it's stressful. And we were hungry. You never want to be stressed while you're hungry, because you get hangry. But we ended up going to a little pizza joint, kind of in the center of town-ish. And yes, I am one of those people that really enjoys pineapple on their pizza. We got a Hawaiian pizza. Yeah. Canadian bacon and pineapple all the way, baby. And a root beer. And garlic knots, which was awesome. Definitely recommend garlic knots if you go to a pizza joint, if they have them. After that, we just kind of go back to the hotel and sleep the night away, but not before we got a call from the pet hospital that our dog had a very successful surgery, and they got the issue out just fine, and he was going to spend the night there, which we expected, but then they said we might have him stay another night, so we ended up having 2 nights at our hotel. And the next morning, got up, we ate breakfast. I got banana pancakes, because I thought of Jack Johnson, because the beach was, pretty close. And also banana pancakes just sounded really good that morning. So after that, we go out and just kind of sunbathe a little bit by the pool. Now, that was kind of a mistake, because at the time, LA was going through a heat wave. Mind you, this is early September, so God pretty rough. So we ended up going back to the hotel room just to cool down for a bit, and then we went into town because Mom needed to pick up some essentials from Target, so we did that. Whole time we were out, though, I was just kind of like feeling woozy, overheated, because this heat wave was pretty bad. So we kind of deal with that, and then we get back to the hotel room. Excuse me. Hopefully it's making you sleepy. Hopefully it's making you yawn too. After all, yawns are contagious. But I digress. We get back to the hotel and we decide to take a nap. And I wake up with a headache. And I was feeling pretty crappy. But Advil and lots of water did wonders for me. And after that, we went out to sushi, which was pretty cool. I got spicy tuna rolls, which was awesome. I really liked the paste, the spicy paste that they used for the spicy tuna roll. Like at first you don't really taste the spice, and then it kicks, and I love that. It's really good. Then we had a California roll, salmon roll, tuna roll, yellowtail, all the good stuff. Some edamame, which was awesome, and then let's see, it was shrimp, sweet potato, and onion ring tempura. The only thing was the sweet potato didn't taste like sweet potato. It actually just tasted like potato, which we were convinced it was. But we did speculate that it was like a special Japanese potato or something, where they it's not necessarily like what we're used to with the sweet potato, more just like a sweeter potato, but not sweet potato. If that makes any sense. But yeah, that was the second night, and it was really nice because we went back to the hotel after grabbing a whole bunch of snacks from Ralph's. We just snacked, and then the next day we checked out, grabbed our dog, and went to In-N-Out Burger to get him a special puppy patty, which he actually ate like a lot of it. He just refused to eat dog food, just run-of-the-mill dog food. So puppy patty was the next best thing, and he enjoyed that. It was sort of gourmet for him, for being a dog and all. So we get home, albeit through traffic, but we got home safely, and Willie, our little red dachshund, he is in recovery mode right now, so we're just watching him closely. He's got a little incision on his spine, and at first it was like, oh, that's sad, but now it's okay, because we know he's better than before, when he was experiencing all that pain. Granted, he's still going through pain because of, the incision, but he's doing a lot better. So, that's what happened during the week. Now, we'll get into more of the weekend stuff, what's happened recently. So, I was out on a movie date with my girlfriend, and we went to go see Beast, which, it was pretty awesome, nice thriller movie. And so we did that, and afterwards we decided, hey, we'll get tacos. So we went to a really nice Mexican restaurant my grandparents always take me to when we go out to dinner. And once we left, it was a nice dinner. They didn't have deep fried ice cream, though. Can you believe it? I guess they were on short supply that day, and also it's a very popular item, so it was expected. But as we were leaving, we backed out of our parking spot and we started to head out, to get onto the road. All of a sudden, as we're about halfway past this car, it starts to pull out. It doesn't see us, and we freak out. We're like, is this guy gonna hit us? And so I just floored it, and we got out of that little area, and my adrenaline spiked. It felt almost exactly like it did when we were in LA, and we were going to drop off the money to the pet hospital. Almost exactly like that. But this time I was driving. So that was a little bit more intense. But we left unscathed, and there was no problem. Although I did think at first they were following us, because they were trailing behind a little bit. And I was like, oh boy, but it was fine. Then me and my girlfriend ended up coming back and just watching this show called Schitt's Creek. And it was really funny. I think we got about to episode 5, and, I think little TV shows like that are really funny, and really nice binge-worthy TV shows, so that was nice. But the crazy thing is, after that, as I was going to prepare to take her home, my nose just started bleeding out of nowhere. Like, it was like full on, like, one nostril just, and I know this is a gross thing, but it happened so suddenly, and we were both kind of like, what? Like, I was starting to get all lightheaded and stuff, and my girlfriend was super worried. She was like, what's going on? Are you okay? And I'm like, I don't know, because it was one of those headaches, or, well, one of those nosebleeds where it kind of feels like everything is drained, and you just kind of, you feel like you're getting out of it, like you feel like you're out of it a little bit, and I drank a lot of water that day, or yesterday, or the day before, because it's late at night now, so that happened, and, it went away quickly, thank goodness, but it was an interesting scare, because it didn't feel like a nosebleed that I've had before, per se. It was like, it ran down, and, I got better. So that was pretty much all the crazy stuff that's been going on. Well, one more thing I should add. This actually kind of happened, yesterday. I know this can be a little confusing because the whole timing thing, late at night and all. I went by myself to the theater to watch the new Dragon Ball Super movie. As you can see, I'm wearing my Goku shirt. That's what I wore to the theater, and I was by myself, and I loved it. I haven't seen anything anime related or even Dragon Ball related in a long time. I'm talking like 6 or 7 months of no anime. Not because I chose to do that, I just haven't watched any. And so it was really nice getting to see, something anime related, because, anime is a quintessential part of life. I'm kidding, but Dragon Ball specifically, it was my childhood, because I used to watch Dragon Ball Z Kai on Nicktoons all the time, and I just remember that fondly. So yeah, that's practically it. Just kind of surveying my dog, making sure he's getting everything he needs. He is on a 6 to 8 week recovery, because he can't really use his back legs, of course, because of his incision, and he kind of did lose mobility. I think it's because of a pinched nerve, or that inflamed disc. It probably messed him up a little bit, so the time being, he's got to take it easy, although his brother, Waylon, is a bit rambunctious, so just gotta be careful with that. But he's been gentle too, so that's fine. So, other than that, that's pretty much what's been going on with my life. Psych, we got one more thing. On August 24th, you thought I was done, huh? No. August 24th, my friend and I, and this was a year-long plan, because he bought the tickets a year prior. We got tickets to go see the Killers, and it was amazing. We got there. So I guess this is story number 3, 4. I'm getting off track. So we get there. It was at the Pachanga. I can't remember how to pronounce it. It was at the stadium, and it was amazing. It was in San Diego. I had seen probably 3 bands in general in concert. What was it? Motley Crue, Kiss, and Panic at the Disco. And Alice Cooper maybe, but that's about it. But seeing the Killers, wow, that was a whole different experience. And I say that because I like Brennan Urie does backflips. Brandon Flowers walks up across the stage like he's Freddie Mercury. It was intense, you know. Like every artist has their own style of performing on stage. I plan to compile all of my clips from the concert together at some point and posting it on YouTube, because I think everybody should definitely check out the Killers, especially if they're playing in your area or whatever, you know, when they're on tour. Well, they're on tour. But yeah, that's what was going on. And we stayed the night at a really cool hotel, and we spent about an hour and a half looking for a place to eat after the concert. We ended up eating at a Denny's. It was pretty good. Their cheeseburgers aren't that bad. But the funny thing about that whole experience was we parked in front of a Ralph's, which was across the stadium. And, you know, normally people online are like, you shouldn't do that because you'll get towed. We managed to go the full concert. I mean, granted, my friend was worried that his car was going to get taken away or towed away because he wasn't, you know, in the stadium parking like he should have been. But we made it through. Security never checked our car, and we were solid. And he was worried the whole time the show was going on, even though he was excited. But it was just funny because he was like, "Oh man, what about the car?" So that was that. And I got a t-shirt for my girlfriend and me, so that's cool. Funny thing is, when we went to go see the movie and have tacos, we were wearing the same shirt. Just cute little date idea. Yeah, I know, cheesy. Or you could say queso, because we had tacos. Anyways, enough corniness for me right now. That's what has been going on in my life, and it's been a really interesting ride. You know, this is all while school has just started too, so I've been running around from place to place, and I've managed to do it without my car. Been borrowing my mom's car, of course, because she hasn't really needed to go out or anything. But it's just interesting, you know, because it's a lot, you know, so hopefully things go back to normal as much as they can. But until then, that was my late night rambles in the style of ASMR. So I hope that you all enjoyed my wacky stories, and I hope to do more story times like this, because I love sharing it with you. It's really fun. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video on my channel. Till then, have a great day or night. Peace.